very good evening to you all and welcome along to this UEFA Nations League game. It's Germany against the Netherlands this evening, and I'm Russ Vernon, your host and co-commentator for this evening's clash. A very good evening to you all, and especially Media Radio Jingles and Gaming, who says to me, brilliant FA coverage of the first round, draw his local side was Yeovil Town, and we mentioned their loss to Cheshire United. We says good luck to the National League South side there. We're going to take a break, me and Paul, for a second, and we'll be back after the national anthems. First off, with the Netherlands.
Und jetzt singen wir gemeinsam die deutsche Nationalhymne.
Brilliantly sung, both national anthems there of Germany and the Netherlands. Quick recap of League B: Georgia 0, Albania 1, and in League C, Azerbaijan 1, Slovakia 3. It was the result. So this is in League Group A, and let's run you through the team news. But first, let's give you the commentary team. Myself, Russ Vernon, and Paul James to give us the all-important team news. Paul, to you.
Thanks, Ross. Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, wherever you're watching from. Well, Germany make some surprise changes, given their 2-1 victory away at Bosnia a few days ago. Dennis Undav, scorer of both goals, does not make the team. He's on the bench tonight. Jamie Ludwig comes in instead. Angela Stiller comes in for Robert Anderlecht. Alexander Pavlovich steps in for Pascal Gross. Nico Schlotterbeck for Jonathan Tah, and a change in goal. Oliver Baumann makes his debut appearance for Die Mannschaft as Alexander Nubel misses out. So the starting lineup for Germany is as follows: Oliver Baumann in goal, Maximilian Mittelstadt, Nico Schlotterbeck, Antonio Rudiger and Joshua Kimmich. Alexander Pavlovich and Angelo Stiller are the two holding midfielders, with Serge Gnabry, Florian Wirtz and Jamie Ludwig making his debut today, behind Tim Kleindijns, who nearly got a goal on his debut but was disallowed. For the Dutch, well, the 1-1 draw against Hungary has only brought about two changes, one enforced. Virgil van Dijk is suspended for his sending off. Jorel Hato steps in for him. And Joshua Zirkzee drops to the bench for Brian Brobby, who had such an excellent game against Germany in the first match. So the Netherlands line up as follows, with Bart Verbruggen in goal, Jorel Hato, Mickey van der Ven, Stefan de Vrij, Denzel Dumfries, Quinten Timmer, Tiani Reiners, Ryan Gravenberch, Cody Gakpo, Brian Brobby and Xavi Simons. Our referee today is Slavko Vincic from Maribor in Slovenia. He's age 44. His assistants are Tomas Klasnic, Andras Kovacic, and the fourth official is David Schmach. In VAR is, oh my goodness me, don't ask me to pronounce this, it's Nich Kastovic and Alan Barossa. are the two in VAR today. So these two teams fought out a hard-fought 2-2 draw at the Amsterdam, the Johan Cruyff Arena in Amsterdam. And they meet up again today at the Allianz Arena in Munich. And Germany, in their famous white shirts, black shorts, and white socks. The Dutch making a change to their jerseys. They will play in blue today. All in blue with the orange trim as they make their final preparations. And Russ, well, it's always a very interesting rivalry, Germany and Holland. A very understrength Germany team today. No Jamal Musiala, no Fulkrug, no Robert Anderlecht, who's on the substitutes bench today. This is a hard slog for this Germany team. How do you think they're going to cope today?
It's going to be interesting to see how they cope, Paul, especially with the debut of Jimmy Lewing, who comes into the side in place of Dennis Undav, who you told me off air. They had a very good game, did Undav, in the last game against Bosnia. It'd be interesting to see how they cope with how he copes against this Netherlands back line, especially Atto on the left back, Quinton Timber and Cody Gakpo down his side. But the support of Joshua Kimmich should be able to help him, and obviously Florian Wirtz will be able to help him out as well, playing just alongside him as we. So it should be a good game this one. I think it's going to be a tie one. I can't call it either way. I think it's going to be a draw. I'm probably going to go for a Desmond Paul if you push me for a score prediction. 2-2 draw, I think, for this one.
2-2 draw. Well, the game is underway and the ball is just played forward that time by Stefan de Vrij. It's picked up here in the midfield by Schlotterbeck. Schlotterbeck plays it down the right-hand side there to Maximilian Mittelstadt. His ball into the middle was well dealt with by Mickey van der Ven, who's been in top form for his club side Spurs this season. That header is won by Rudiger and cleared away again by Stefan de Vrij. It's won back, though, this time by Stiller. Stiller releases the ball down the left-hand side to the number 7, Jamie Löweling. Löweling drops it back to Pavlovic. Pavlovic across to Stiller. Stiller to Kimmich. Kimmich holds the ball up. He's wearing the captain's armband today for Germany. And he drops it back to Rudiger. Rudiger launches the ball long and headed on by Mittelstadt and headed out there by de Vrij, who is wearing the captain's armband in place of the suspended Virgil van Dijk. And the ball is now with... Oh, he's just turned away. Brilliant there by Kleindijs. Kleindijs in now. Oh, he just failed to control the ball. In the end, it was a really good challenge by Denzel Dumfries. Mickey van der Ven tries to clear it. Breaks through to Lewandowski. Scored! And Germany take the lead. And it's the number 7 on his debut, Jamie Löweling, who gives the Germans the lead inside 2 minutes. And what a strike! And Germany stunned their visitors in just a couple of minutes. It broke loose for Löweling, and he struck the shot, beating Bart Verbruggen to his right-hand side. Ross, what do you think about that? It was a really sloppy clearance away, really, by the Dutch. They ended up turning the ball over in their own penalty area, but it broke nicely for Löweling. Might have taken a deflection along the way as well.
Yes, fantastic bit of play from Germany. They won the ball back high up the field and turned over the possession really, really well. Set up kindly for him. Yes, he does take a deflection, I think, from the standing captain, Stefan de Vrij. I think he may have been to that deflection of. He does, Stephen, and he wrong foots Bart Verbruggen, but it's a fantastic start for Germany and brilliant debut start for Jamie Löweling, who I spoke about before, and Paul said he probably need help from Joshua Kimmich up against that Dutch back line. But when they're defending up against the Dutch front line, when they're defending, attacking him, when he's attacking them, if he produces a goal like that and starts how he means to go on, it could be a good opposition for Germany going forward.
Well, Joshua Kimmich is just having a word with the referee, Slavko Vincic. I think this goal is being checked by VAR. And already we've got VAR controversy. Let's see how this one... Germany had 3 goals disallowed for VAR in the game against Bosnia, including one for Kleindijs, who would have got his first goal for Germany. And he's going over now to the monitor to have a look. This goal may be ruled out. And let's take a look. It is very close, and it's very marginal if it is. It is very, very marginal, and he doesn't.
I don't think it is, Paul. To be fair, I think he's just onside there. For me, Paul. I think he's just onside.
Well, the referee is checking it now as we speak. Russ thinks it's just onside. I'm not 100% sure, Russ, if I'm being honest. I think it's. I think he's got the touch there, and I think it doesn't reach the player that's actually that may be in the offside position. So this is taking a very long time now. And Germany, this round of international games, has really had the very rough end of the stick when it comes to VAR decisions. And this may be another one that goes against them here.
I think De Vrij, Paul. I think when you look at it, De Vrij, he's just in line with him as he's running through back. And I think he's just in line with him. And for me, the goal should be given.
I'm not so sure, Russ. I think this one's going to be disallowed. And in fact, it is disallowed for offside. So Germany's goal has been withdrawn. The complaint's there by Serge Gnabry. He can't believe it. Joshua Kimmich can't believe it. And for the second time in as many games, a debutant gets a debut goal ruled out. And Germany fall foul once again to VAR. And Julian Nagelsmann can't believe it. If it was offside, it was very, very tight. I just happen to think it may have been, given the way that we look at offside these days. And Germany will have to start again from scratch. Here is Reiners. Reiners plays the ball down the right-hand side, but the only person there is Maximilian Mittelstadt. We'll just watch this ball go out of play and behind for a goal kick. Well, Ross, frighteningly quick start by Germany. And it looks like it could be the captain that might have been playing him onside, but it's so difficult to tell from that angle. Again, it boils down to, doesn't it, Ross? It boils down to, is it a plain and obvious error? It's not, is it, really?
I don't think, Paul, like I was saying, I think he was on. I don't think he was from when the ball initially got played through, which they've probably given it for, is when the ball is cut back and and then he comes back from behind the defender to run the ball back. I think that's probably where they've given the offside. They've drawn the lines in the wrong place for me there. From the angle that they're just showing them where the line's drawn, it was onside. We got cut out, and as he's got cut out, he's behind the defender who cut it out, and come back and won the ball back. So I think that's probably where he's given the offside offence has been. I don't think the VAR lines have got a spot on there from where the offside was. Looking at it again.
Well, Rudiger just drops the ball back to the goalkeeper, Oliver Baumann, making his debut today. And here's Maximilian Mittelstadt over the halfway line now. And he plays the ball down this near side to Jamie Löwling, who got the goal that's been ruled out. Löwling drops it back to Mittelstadt, cutting across well to make the challenge there is Denzel Dumfries, putting that ball out of play. And Germany are still on the offensive, looking for that early goal to get the crowd on their feet here at Munich. The Allianz Arena, a beautiful arena, decked in the outside, all lit up in the German colours. And here now is Nico Schlotterbeck. Schlotterbeck drops it down to Mittelstadt. Mittelstadt tries to swing it in. That'll be easy for Bart Verbruggen, who just plucks that out the air and quickly releases it. But that's far too far away there from Jorel Hatto. And that's easy for Rudiger just to come in and nick that ball and just lays it back to Baumann, who gives it back to Rudiger. The ball is won by Rudiger. Oh, it's just away there from the number 18, Maximilian Mittelstadt. But early on, Ross, you have to say it's all Germany, isn't it?
It is. Germany are playing really good football at the moment. The Dutch really can't get towers. Speaking about how the Dutch, especially that left-hand side for the Dutch, right for Germany, could cause them a few problems with Jimmy Lulling coming into the side. But all of a sudden, Germany are on the front foot, and they're trying to play from their right to left, trying to go on Denzel Dumfries all the time. And that seems to be causing the Dutch a number of problems so far.
Well, here's Rudiger. And just does a quick pass with Pavlovic and then releases the ball to Schlotterbeck. Schlotterbeck plays the ball forward to Löwling. Löwling, that's a good quick 1-2 there with Florian Wirtz. And here's Löwling again. He plays the ball through, looking for Klein-Dienst, and Klein-Dienst gets a shot. but it is a comfortable save for Bart Verbruggen. Not the best finish by Kleindice there, Ross.
No, it's too tight of an angle for him as well, Paul. You can see when you see it, it's just too far much of a tight angle. It's good with the play from Luling again. Just a tight angle. He needs to try and pick out a fellow white shirt inside the penalty area and not go for a shot. Then near post, never beating Bart Verbruggen at his near post there, especially the keeper of his quality.
Well, there's Pavlovic. He gives the ball to Rudiger. Alexander Pavlovic, the young Bayern Munich player, coming through the ranks at Bayern Munich. Germany very excited about this young player. And here is Mittelstadt. Mittelstadt drops it back to Pavlovic in that holding midfield role. Looking for the replacements, really for Kroos in that position. And he's been dispossessed that time, and Simons plays it across to Gatko. Gatko cuts inside. Oh, he tried to play it back to Simons, but it was behind him, and it's picked up there by Maximilian Mittelstadt. Mittelstadt drops it back there to Stiller. Back to Pavlovic, and Pavlovic drops it back to Stiller again. Pavlovic. And here's Schlotterbeck, played forward into the midfield to Wirtz. Wirtz lays it off to Pavlovic, and he goes long over onto the right-hand side to the number 6, Joshua Kimmich. He's the captain today. Rudiger to Pavlovic. Back again to Pavlovic. He lifts the ball over the top here, and he's looking for Ludovic, but this time it finds a real chance for Maximilian Mittelstadt. Oh, good save by the goalkeeper. And Bart Verbruggen makes a save there. It looked like it just bounced behind him for a moment there, Ross. I thought it was going to bounce into the net, and I'll get your thoughts on that in a moment. But Germany flooding forward at the moment right now. Here's Antonio Rudiger. Rudiger, really good pass there to Kimmich. Kimmich over on the far side. It's Ludovic with the cross. And it goes behind for a goal kick on the right-hand side. But once again, Germany come very close from Maximilian Mittelstadt there.
Yes, fantastic play again from Germany. Really good play from the Germans. Fantastic ball across, and Mittelstadt found himself in space, and Bart Verbruggen made a comfortable stop. I expect him to make a stop like that. He probably really just bounced, and he just couldn't. No one was on hand to try and get on the end of it to turn it home, and see the German fans there trying to force it home. But good save again, and Germany on top in this game so far. It is something that we don't normally see against the Dutch.
Well, the Dutch have been pressed back in their own half for the first 10 minutes of this game, really. And Germany have controlled the tempo. Here's Schlotterbeck. Had a comment from Media, Radio, Jingles and Gaming. He's very impressed with Germany's start. And they have indeed had a really good start. And the cross attempting to come in there from Serge Gnabry. And it looks like it came off a Dutch player there, went behind. And Ross, once again, Germany just flooding forward now, and they've got a corner, and they're looking very dangerous at this time.
They are indeed, Paul, and this is what Germany can do when they've got some of the best players on show, likes of Gnabry, Wirtz in there, Pavlovic, who's really good as well. Interested to see Kleinstad's start today, his debut. Hopefully, his second start since making his debut the other day. See if he can start well and go on the score sheet today. Ludwig has started really, really well on this Germany debut. You wouldn't have thought, Paul, that it would be his debut today, Jimmy, but when you think he's been playing for a long time.
Well, the corner comes in, it's headed out, and Xavi Simons fouls Joshua Kimmich there, just inside his own half. Just a nudge in the back there, a sly one, if you will. It'll be a free kick to Germany. And here's Pavlovic. Gives the ball, sorry, not Pavlovic, it's Stiller, I should say. Stiller just plays the ball back to Rudiger. Rudiger to Schlotterbeck. Schlotterbeck back to Rudiger, as I would say that Julian Nagelsmann, Ross, is probably still trying to figure out his best central defensive partnership. Choosing again not to go with Jonathan Tah for this one. I actually thought in the Euros with Rudiger and Tah he'd kind of found his best central defensive pair, but do you think he's still looking for that?
I think he is, Paul. You can see that he's probably still not. He probably thinks top Wood is probably his main one. I think he's just looking at the other options he's got there before making a firm decision. I think, say, next time the next Euros comes around or the next major competition, yes, I know this could be classed as a major competition in the Nations League, although some don't see it as a major competition. But so the next time the Euros or the World Cup comes around, he may be looking for that in these matches, and some of the games building up to that, to find out where his main central defensive corner could be. And I think Tar can find himself very lucky not to be involved today.
Ludwig plays the ball forward and it's just headed back in that time, and once again headed back in there by Hatto, and now the Dutch finally getting an opportunity to come forward. And here's Quinten Timmer over on the far side to Cody Gakpo. Back to Timmer. Timmer releases it back to Gakpo. And now it's picked up on this near side by the number 8 for Holland, Gravenberch. Gravenberch releases it to Mickey van der Ven, across to Stefan de Vrij, just inside the Germany half of the field. This is the longest the Netherlands have had the ball so far. Stefan de Vrij to Mickey van der Ven. He goes for the long ball looking for Gakpo. Gakpo brings it down well. He chested it down, but he wasn't able to control it, and it rolls through to Oliver Baumann. Very interesting that the Dutch have not really tried to test Oliver Baumann early on, Ross. I mean, this is his first appearance for Germany. He has to be nervous.
Yes, I think he's bound to be nervous, but when you've got the likes of Antonio Rudiger, a good centre-back, in front of him, who's probably helping put him at ease, and the Dutch...
the ball's playing forward now, and Ludwig is in here. It's Serge Gnabry, I should say. Gnabry tucks inside, and it's a good challenge that time by Hatto, and Hatto releases it to De Vrij and then to Denzel Dumfries, but Germany wins it back. Sorry, Russ, we'll come back to your point in a moment. Ludwig, I'll get that name right eventually. Ludwig drops it off to the number 18 Mittelstadt, gets the cross in, and it's headed out as far there as Rudiger. Rudiger plays the ball back to Kimmich. Kimmich back to Rudiger. Rudiger swings that ball in, and a header by Pavlovic. It's just a way over on the far side and wide. And sorry, Ross, I will get the name Jamie Ludwig right eventually. But go on, finish your point.
Yes, like I said, I think with the likes of Rudiger in front of him, Kimmich as well, I think those can potentially Schlotterbeck, he'll probably be talking to Baumann, helping him out soon in his debut today, Paul. And you've already seen that. Then just that chance there from Germany, just a bit too much on the crossing. The Kleinstadt to go on the end of that to really test Barbara Bruggen in the Dutch goal. But like I said, Rudiger, Kimmich, Schlotterbeck, Mittelstadt, who's all played at this level for quite a while now, will probably help Baumann out by talking to him and giving him helping him through the game, which is what you want to see, especially from your captain in Joshua Kimmich.
Well, the Dutch they've given the ball away again, and here now is Kimmich, and the ball is played across, so it's a good block that time by Quinten Timmer, who's back defending. But goodness me, they turn the ball over on the edge of the box again, Ross, and they've given the ball away a few times in and around their area of the Netherlands.
They have, Paul, and it's something that we're not used to the Netherlands doing. They've given it away quite a number of times already this opening 15, 16, 17 minutes we've been playing so far, and it's not something that we're not really used to on the Dutch side. And one will come and probably be tearing his hair out down on the field, down on the dughouse, thinking
there's no work on this. And the ball is played across there by Reiners, and it's just headed out, sorry Ross, by Rudiger. And finally Pavlovic just trying to clear the ball away, but just for a half second there, the Dutch just can't got away with Xavi Simons down the right hand side. We know how dangerous he is. As here's Joshua Kimmich, just plays the ball back there to Pavlovic.
Yeah, good play from Simons there, Paul. A really good attacking run. First time we've really seen the Netherlands get forward in this game so far. That was a good positive run from Simons.
And there's De Vrij now for Holland. He's just held that ball up and he plays it across to Mickey van der Ven. I'll get your thoughts on Mickey van der Ven in a moment and the season he's having with Tottenham, Ross, in just a few moments. Well, you might as well give it now. Here's De Vrij.
Yeah, he's playing really well so far for Spurs. He's looked good, and I think his confidence has shone through this season. You can see him in every game he plays. He's really confident to the back, and I think he's having good players with him in likes of Christian Romero's looked good so far as well. But if you're swapping and changing centre back pairing quite regular, that's where probably his weaknesses can come from, Paul. But Mickey van der Ven has done well so far for Tottenham this season. And I think out of the two central defenders, I know the Dutch haven't really played well so far in this game. I think he's probably been the most steady head back there for the Dutch.
Well, here's De Vrij. De Vrij plays the ball long, looking for Xavi Simons again, who's got a lot of space down that right-hand side. Coming to meet him is Pavlovic. Good challenge by Pavlovic. And has that come off Simons last? Indeed it has. It's going to be a goal kick for Germany. Pavlovic just moving in there on Simons as this old rivalry that these two teams have had for so many years. They've actually met each other 47 times. Germany have won 17. There's been 18 draws and 12 victories for the Netherlands. But there's been some really interesting and hard-fought games, and not least to mention the round of 16 at the San Siro Stadium in 1990 World Cup. And that will be remembered for all the wrong reasons, as that is cleared away there by Bart Verbruggen out of play. Frank Rijkaard actually spat in the face of Rudi Voller twice when both of them were sent off. It was pretty ugly scenes, really, from everybody concerned. It was gross, really. Not what you want to see on a football field.
No, not at all, Paul. Not at all. You don't want to see that.
Here's Joshua Kimmich, drops the ball to Rudiger, and it's now with Pavlic. Pavlic plays the ball down to Wirtz. Holds the ball midway inside the Holland half of the field. He drops it back to Rudiger and plays the ball down the right-hand side again to Kimmich, as Germany building up well here. Very patient play by the Germans. It's Wirtz to Kimmich, and Kimmich lays it back to Pavlovic. And it's now Kimmich again. Floating in on that back post is Ludwig. And dealing with that is Denzel Dumfries very, very well, as Ryan Gravenberch tries to set off Cody Gakpo on his way. But reading that well is Oliver Baumann. And he just lifts the ball over there to the number 19 for Germany, Angelo Stiller. Big day for him, of course, as well. He came on off the bench against Bosnia and Herzegovina in that 2-1 victory. As the ball is now played long by Stiller, headed down there by Mittelstadt. He's claiming a handball against Denzel Dumfries. The referee says no. And finally, Reiner sends it back to the goalkeeper. And you can kind of feel that the Dutch are now just finding their way back into this game a little bit, Russ.
They are indeed, Puff. They're starting to get a bit of control on the ball and enjoying a bit of spell of possessions every so often, not getting to away as much. I don't want to speak too soon, so I don't want to give them the commentators' curse, Paul, as we know we've sometimes done in games. But the Dutch have grown into this game in confidence. Just some quick updates as well. Iceland are beating Turkey by a goal in UEFA Nations League B, and also Ukraine are trailing by a goal against Czech Republic. Elsewhere in the games this evening, all 0-0, including Belgium against France and Italy against Israel and Wales and Montenegro. I'll keep you updated with those as the evening progresses.
Step right, long ball, forward, over, looking for Cody Gakpo. He's got some time to pick this up. He's being tracked by Kimmich. He gets the cross in, does Gakpo. Oh, it lands on the top of the crossbar and goes behind. But I would say that Baumann had that covered, but certainly wasn't done purposely there by Gakpo. I think he was looking for the cross in, but it landed on the top of Baumann's crossbar. Good break out by the Dutch, Ross.
Yeah, it's good play again from the Dutch, and that speed and pace of Cody Gakpo, you can see. I think he may have just been offside, Gakpo, and then nothing come to fruition from it anyway. But the speed of Gakpo in behind, then looking towards Bobry at the back post, but just too much on that cross. I think had it gone in, it would have probably been disallowed for offside against Gakpo anyway. But still 0-0, and the Dutch, as we've mentioned, Paul, going back into this game and going in confidence now.
Well, there's Reiners. Reiners releases the ball there to Timmer. Timmer plays the ball back to the goalkeeper, Bart Verbruggen, as the entire stadium rising to its feet and applauding. And it's picked up now by... Oh, there's a foul here on I'm just trying to see who that is. Yes, it looks like it's on Brian Brobry, and it's going to be a free kick. It's Louvling.
It was a definite foul there, Paul. Just Schlotterbeck just coming in from just as a challenge from behind, and we know in games, especially in Europe and also in the English Premier League, you can't go in challenges in from behind, and it's a definite foul by Nico Schlotterbeck is complaining there. It was a definite foul, and if he's booked today, he could miss the next game for Germany.
Well, the next game is against Bosnia and Herzegovina before I think finally finishing off against Hungary. And Bart Verbruggen just took maybe a little bit too long. He finally releases the ball there to Stefan de Vrij, who clears the ball downfield, and it's just gobbled up by Antonio Rudiger. And he gives the ball to Pavlic. Pavlic inside the centre circle to Rudiger. Back to Pavlovic. Just holding the ball up here. He's got options left and right. Plays the ball to Stiller. Knocked on there by Schlotterbeck to the number 18 Maximilian Mittelstadt. It's been very impressive in the start of this game. Here's Florian Wirtz. Wirtz now coming forward, tries to play the ball through to Gnabry there, and it's good defending indeed that time by Stefan de Vrij. Well played, just cutting down the through ball to Serge Gnabry, and that is won back that time, but that was a good piece of defending by de Vrij, Ross.
Yes, fantastic piece of defending there, Paul. He saw the danger, read it well, got across, helped out Dumfries there, was also in trying to cut it out. And that's a good piece of play from the captain.
Well, it's now back with Mickey van der Ven, who gives the ball to de Vrij, the captain. Gives the ball to Denzel Dumfries. Denzel Dumfries plays the ball forward. I think he was looking for Brian Brobry there, but it was way away from the forward, and it was easily just taken by Antonio Rudiger. And it's now with Serge Gnabry. Gnabry drops it back to Joshua Kimmich. Kimmich back to Rudiger. We've had 26 minutes gone here. It's Germany 0, Netherlands 0 at the Allianz Arena in Munich in Germany. It's a big evening for Germany. If they win today, that will be enough to send them through to the quarterfinals, and will be all but enough to give them the top of this group as well. A draw will probably be enough for Germany to get to the quarterfinal, because it will take some mathematical somersaults for them to lose it at that point. A win will definitely be sure and get them there. Florian Wirtz. Germany relying so heavily on him now. Denzel Dumfries tries to find Robbie, but nipping in and winning that ball back is Maximilian Mittelstadt. Russ Mittelstadt so far really has played quite fantastic in this first half.
He has, Paul. He's doing really, really well, and I was surprised to see how well he's done against the Dutch, because for me, when I've seen him play, he's not really been that impressive. But tonight, he's showing why his Germany's starting left back.
And the ball is played forward now to Gnabry. Gnabry pulled into the middle. What a chance for Louvling. Oh, and his shot was blocked. And, well, this was unfortunate. We'll look at this again. He's onside this time, no question. The ball is pulled back, and Louvling from the penalty spot. Well, it's again a good piece of defending by Stefan de Vrij, but Jamie Louvling, once again, very close, Ross.
Yes, very close indeed. He's probably not going to be his day, Paul. I'll go to South offside. Then there's another great chance there, which was blocked, and he's probably not going to be his night.
Well, time remains to be seen. He's getting into the positions that allows him to get these chances, so I'm sure if he keeps doing that, something will open up for him. Here's Stefan de Vrij.
But you never know. Sometimes you have these days where you try and like all your might, and it just never goes in for you. And I don't want to say he's trying too hard, but sometimes...
Oh, they're giving the ball away again of Holland, and here's a chance now! Oh, and it's blazed over the crossbar! Oh, Tim Kleindijns this time as Holland commit defensive suicide again. The ball was just given straight away, looking this time for Brobbery, but nipping in there to win the ball back was Kleindienst, and his shot was, he should have done better. But Ross, what is going on with Holland's defending this evening?
No, dear Paul, I think Kleindienst lashed at that one there. I think if he just took an extra touch, could probably open it up a bit better, probably tested the keeper there, just lashed it as he come to in that position. And the Dutch, for me, Paul, is our commentator's curse again. I said they started to play well and not doing those mistakes, and then next to tell them to play out of the back, they did that mistake again. So it's a commentator's curse, and I'm sorry to the Dutch fans listening in.
Well, they've got a throw in now, just level with their own penalty area. It's thrown forward that time by Quinten Timmer, but they've given the ball away again. And here's Florian Wirtz. Wirtz gives the ball to Mittelstadt again. Mittelstadt tries to play the ball into Kleindienst. Kleindienst backheels it, but there's nobody following through there but Quinten Timmer. And Timmer tries to calm things down by playing it back to his goalkeeper, Bart Verbruggen, but he kicks the ball out of play. As once again, oh, look at that. I'm just looking at that follow-up challenge there by Reiners. He's going into the book for that. That was a high challenge there on Angelo Stiller.
For me, Paul, that could have been I've seen those given as a red because the studs were there, and I've seen those being given as a red, but on this occasion, for me, though, it's only a yellow card offence for me. But I have seen those given as red card offences, because especially with the studs shown. I think it's because he's on the floor and trying to get it. That's probably saved him from getting a red card there.
It's very borderline in my opinion, Ross. That is very borderline with the studs up, and you could see the reaction there from Julian Nagelsmann. That is very, very borderline for me.
Yeah, like I said, Paul, I've seen them giving us red cards, but for me, I think probably what saved him is because he was already on the floor, and that's probably what saved him from getting a red card there.
Well, Ludwig just drops it back to the goalkeeper, and Oliver Baumann. Before the game, three of former German players receiving awards of excellence: Manuel Neuer, Thomas Muller, and Ilkay Gundogan receiving awards of excellence. Huge losses for this German team as they go about now rebuilding a squad that can once again compete for the World Cup. As the ball now is played long there, looking for Joshua Kimmich, but it's won comfortably that time by Hato. And the ball is played forward, but it's out of play. And as that come off a Germany player, that might come off Gnabry. It's going to be a throw-in. Throw-in once again, which Joel Hato will take.
Yes, it did come off Gnabry with that, Paul. He's sliding, trying to win it back, and he just couldn't just keep his foot in the field of play there. And by the way, in League C, Estonia 0, Sweden 1 now is the latest score as well.
The ball goes out of play this time of Maximilian Mittelstadt. And it's going to be another throw into Holland. It's Denzel Dumfries. We've had 32 minutes gone here, and it's Germany 0, Netherlands 0. But by goodness me, we have come close to a goal for Germany on the second minute. Ludwig's goal was disallowed, and that would have been the difference between the two sides. I think both me and Russ agree that it was borderline. I think as soon as the referee went to the monitor, I kind of knew he was going to disallow it from there. But
when he goes to the monitors, Paul, whenever the referee goes to the monitor, whether it's in England or in UEFA competitions, is going to be disallowed, and I just had that feeling as soon as he got to the monitor, it's going to be disallowed. But for me, if first really looked just onside, but the replay showed the referee was correct to disallow it there, Paul, for me.
Well, Bart Verbruggen releases the ball there to Mickey van der Ven. He drops the ball back to Verbruggen. Back to Van der Ven. Germany 0, Netherlands 0. As we approach 10 minutes to go till half time. And I would say and I'm sure you would agree with me, Ross, I think Julian Nagelsmann may be the happier of the two sides.
Yes, I think he would be, Paulie. But Ronald Koeman would be happy with the response from his side, though, Paulie. It was a fantastic start from Julian Nagelsmann's Germany side, but the way Ronald Koeman's side's come back into this game, and yes, they have still made some mistakes, but the mistakes that they've made, they've not been punished from it for. But Germany have been the better of the two sides overall. And just as I went back to you, Paul, from my last point, Wales have just taken the lead against Montenegro. The scorer was Harry Wilson from the penalty spot. Wales won, Montenegro 0 in UEFA Nations League B this evening.
Okay. And here is Stiller. Stiller plays the ball there to Schlotterbeck. Down this side now to Ludwig. Ludwig plays the ball to Mittelstadt. Mittelstadt tries to get the cross in. That's a good block by Denzel Dumfries. And the ball goes out of play for a throw-in, which Ludwig takes quickly. And back again to Ludwig. Ludwig, a ball there to Pavlovic. Pavlovic now. He's just got options left and right. He decides to go with Rudiger. Rudiger back to Pavlovic as the Mexican wave going around the Allianz Arena right now. That's a good challenge that time by Brobby. And trying to break forward is Xavi Simons, and that ball goes out of play as the Mexican wave goes all the way around the stadium. It's a throw in to Holland, and Denzel Dumfries is going to take it almost level with the halfway line down this right-hand side. Knocked on that time there by the number 16, Quinton Timmer. But he gives the ball away that time to Gnabry, and it's now with Antonio Rudiger. Rudiger back to Schlotterbeck. And it's now with Rudiger again. Plays the ball forward there, looking for Gnabry, just lays it back off to Rudiger again. Gnabry seems to have dropped into a more central midfield role at the moment, Ross, rather than being more of a forward type player.
Yes, I think he's still being the forward type player, but I think he's been the one of the wingers dropping back to help out to make it a 4-3-2-1 formation, or 4-3-3 if you like, with Ludwig and Wirtz moving out wide to support Kleindienst in attack. And I don't understand why the fans are doing the Mexican wave box. It's been a good game. It's not like it's been a boring game where you'd have to make your own entertainment. It's been a good game of football, this.
Well, the ball is out with Antonio Rudiger down the right-hand side. He lays it off to Kimmich. Kimmich drops the ball back. And here's Pavlovic now, looking for options left and right. He swings the ball across to Mittelstadt. Mittelstadt launches the ball back in. Oh, and it's headed on there! And that's a good save, as that was a good effort by Stiller that time. But it's into the arms of Bart Verbruggen. It may just have been, certainly, I think, Ross, within the last sort of 10 minutes, the final product just not quite there for Germany.
Yeah, the final product's not just there for Germany, and that's a good ball back across from Mittelstadt, actually. In fact, it's unmarked as well. They could have potentially have brought that ball down and had a shot rather than head it. It was a comfortable save, and then from Verbruggen, once he left his head, he could have potentially fetched that down for me and had a striker goal. As a foul just being given there for the Dutch as they win a free kick. Julian Nagelsmann happy with that decision, but Germany, the final third, just lacking for them in the last 5 or so minutes.
Well, here comes Holland now, looking to create some chances of their own. Here's Mickey van der Ven, plays the ball on the halfway line, and just pulling back there is Reiners, and it's dropped back to Stefan de Vrij. Stefan de Vrij plays it back to the goalkeeper, and it's cleared downfield by Bart Verbruggen. Just attempted to be cleared away by Joshua Kimmich. It was chested down well by Reiners, but he only played it back to Antonio Rudiger, who played it back to Oliver Baumann, and still we have no goals and very little attacking play from the Dutch in the first half. They've got the quality up there to do it. Brian Brobby, Xavi Simons, Cody Gakpo, Ryan Gravenberch, all capable of creating chances, but they haven't really done a great deal in this first half. And
No,
here
they haven't, Paul. And just a quick break. There's been a goal in the other group game in this game. Bosnia and Herzegovina are trailing 1-0 to Hungary in Germany's group as well.
Well, Bosnia taking Bosnia behind there, so let's just take a look how that affects the table in Group 3. So as it stands, Hungary move up to 5 points, so it should be interesting now to see how all this plays out. And the ball is played forward there by Stiller, looking for Florian Wirtz, but it goes in straight through to Bart Verbruggen in the Dutch goal. And you can see here the ball was played into the middle. You could tell they were just looking for Serge Gnabry, but he just wasn't quick enough to get onto the end of Kimmich's cross.
No, I think it was Tony, the goalkeeper, there as well, Paul. Too much on that crossing, and it was always going to be easy for Bart Verbruggen there. France are leading against Belgium by a goal to the League A as well. Italy have just taken the lead against Israel as well, and Estonia now trail 2-0 against Sweden in the other games. Elsewhere is as you were from what I told you earlier.
Florian Wirtz, cross coming in long towards the back post, but that's out of play.
And believe it or not, Paul, this game we're covering is the only game without a goal so far in the evening kickoffs in the UEFA Nations League.
Well, I think it's fair to say we probably wasn't expecting too many goals from this one. These games are usually very tight affairs for the most part. As the goal kick is actually taken by Mickey van der Ven, and he just releases it to the goalkeeper Bart Verbruggen. And he plays it to De Vrij. De Vrij across that. That might go in. Oh, it just went wide. Well, Ross, that Serge Gnabry following in there. He almost, and again, once again, the Netherlands make a complete Horlicks of this.
Yes, I don't know what they were doing there, Paul. They were trying to play it out from the back again, and they can't do this against this Germany side. You can see how high the German side press against the Dutch backline, and this time it was Timber who was almost pressed into a mistake there. And when you play against the German side, you can't play up and down. You need to go long, you need to go direct, try and win those second balls.
Well, the Netherlands defence has certainly given Germany plenty of opportunity to score in this first half. I think Ronald Koeman will be wanting to get his team in at half time to try to reorganise things a little bit. And the one frustrating thing, of course, for Julian Nagelsmann is that the goal that was disallowed, as that's 4 goals disallowed by VAR in 2 games now for Germany. So he'll be frustrated that his team is not going in the lead at the moment. Here's Schlotterbeck. Back to Baumann. Oliver Baumann going for the long ball. Up in the air is Mickey van der Ven. So also is Harlow. It's won there by Stiller. Gives it to Kimmich. Kimmich releases it to Gnabry. Gnabry swings the ball in, and just dashing in there was Kleindienst. But he just wasn't able to get on the end of that. And the ball goes straight through to Bart Verbruggen, but that was nearly an inch perfect cross, Ross.
Yes, Kleindienst unlucky not to get on the end of that ball into the penalty area. Fantastic ball in, just too much onto it in the end, though, for Kleindienst to turn this ball on. But Germany now trying to get that all-elusive first score, which their play in this first half really would deserve.
As Holland give the ball away again, this time by Harlow, and now there is Stiller. Stiller just keeps possession of the ball, but as he fouled, yes, it looks like he's fouled Cody Gakpo there, and it's going to be a free kick. And Stiller is voicing his frustration, but the free kick has been given for the foul on Cody Gakpo. And it looks like he's just feeling that a little bit. Just look at this again, Ross. Again, it's from behind, isn't it? He wins the ball, though, doesn't he?
Yes, but he does win the ball, Paul, but with the challenges, even if he's from behind and wins the ball, and for me, he's not actually from behind. He's actually coming round the side of him, plays the ball, and then as he's played the ball, Cody Gakpo puts his leg in front of him and make sure his standing leg connects with it, and that's probably why he's been given. But for me, I would have given that because I was Gakpo initiating the contact there, not the other way around.
Well, Baumann releases the ball there to Stiller. It's now with Schlotterbeck. Schlotterbeck just laid off there from Klein-Deinst, and it's given to Pavlovic. Pavlovic gives the ball away now to Gakpo, but he fights hard to win the ball back, and Florian Wirtz now gives the ball there to Joshua Kimmich. Kimmich holds the ball back to Pavlovic. Pavlovic is about 30 yards out. Pavlovic, he tries to run the ball into the penalty area, but he cannot get through the Dutch defence, and it's cleared away that time by the number 3 Hato. And here is Kimmich again. Kimmich under pressure from Hato once more. And the ball now is with Nico Schlotterbeck. Gives it to Rudiger as the Dutch try to press Germany back a little bit. And here's Klein-Deinst, drops it back there to Stiller. Stiller to Ludwin. Ludlin plays the ball to Pavlovic. Pavlovic to the number 15 Schlotterbeck, to Rudiger. And here's Pavlovic. Lifts the ball over the top there, looking for Mittelstadt, who tries to head the ball on. And Denzel Dumfries just challenging Mittelstadt there, gets the ball out of play. As the Netherlands really have struggled to marshal Maximilian Mittelstadt in this first half. Here's Ludling. Ludling drops the ball back there to Pavlovic. Pavlovic across to Rudiger. Rudiger. Here's Gnabry. Pavlovic. Wirtz. And here's Stiller. Cleared away. Pavlovic again. Gives the ball now to Mittelstadt. Tries to do the 1-2 with Ludling. Ludling holds up the ball. Gives the ball instead to Schlotterbeck. Back to Pavlovic. And here's Schlotterbeck. Just touched on there by Wirtz. There's going to have a free kick here. I'm not sure what direction it's going. It's been given in favour of the Netherlands team. It looked a bit more like 50-50 there, Ross. And we're going to have Xavi being spoken to, but it is a free kick to Holland, Ross. 2 minutes of injury time to come.
Yes, and we're already into that as well, Paul. But for me, I don't know why that was given there. I think he was a challenge, fell on top of him. But I think in this first half, Germany have played really, really well in this game. Deserve to be at least leading here. And I think he's getting through obstruction there. As someone's trying to get the ball Schlotterbeck, and he put his full body weight on top of the ball there in the German defender. That's probably why the free kick was given for obstruction there.
Oh, the ball is played over to Gakpo. Gakpo picks up the ball. As we have almost played the full complement of 2 minutes. Here's Denzel Dumfries. 0-0. As we approach half-time, and at half-time we'll get Russ's half-time assessment of this game, as we are almost at that point now. Here's Denzel Dumfries over the halfway line. Drops the ball back into his own half though, and it's to De Vrij, and that's it, that's half-time. Well, a goal disallowed on 2 minutes by Jamie Ludling. It could have been the difference between the two sides. Chances for Klein-Deinst, Florian Wirtz and Serge Gnabry, all missed opportunities. The Dutch have created very little and not forced Oliver Baumann into making any save of any real note. But it's half-time at the Allianz Arena. It is Germany 0, Netherlands 0. Ross, why don't you give us your first half assessment?
Yeah, it's been a fantastic game, Paul. Germany have probably, as you both really speak about during the game, probably shaded the first half chances for both sides, and probably be the happier of the two managers at the break. You can see Germany probably the happier of the two sides as they both leave the field. Julian Nagelsmann happy of the two managers as well. Ronald Koeman needs to get into his players and tell them not to make so many mistakes that they've done so far. But Germany deserve to be leading, should be leading at the break, but the correct call was given for the disallowed goal. So 0-0, probably not a fair scoreline. I think Germany should be leading, but I think based on the balance of how Netherlands have come back into it, I think they've done well since the disallowed goal, to be fair, Paul, apart from those silly mistakes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll hand it back to you, Russ. I think we're just going to take a break for half time.
Thank you very much, Paul. We'll just quickly run you through the other half-time scores in the UEFA Nations League. In League A, Belgium 1, France 1, Bosnia 0, Hungary 1, Germany 0, Netherlands 0, as you heard, with myself, Russ Fennan, and Paul James at half during that first half. Italy 1, Israel 0 is also the latest scoreline. Iceland 1, Turkey 0 in League B. Ukraine 0, Czech Republic 1, Wales 1, Montenegro 0, and Estonia 0, Sweden 2. There, Belgium equalised on the stroke of half time against France in that game. Colin Moran from the penalty spot for France. Openda equalised in first half stoppage time. Louis Tillemans missed a first half penalty for Belgium in that game. Hungary's goal scorer against Bosnia and Herzegovina was Dominic Szoboszlai of the Liverpool lead, scored on 38 minutes there. As we know, it's 0-0 in Germany against the Netherlands. Italy won, Israel 0, the goal scorer for Italy. Butugli from the penalty spot on 41 minutes. Iceland 1, Turkey 0 at half time in League B. Goal scorer there was Okasarsson on 3 minutes in that one. Ukraine 0, Czech Republic 1, Czech Republic made a goal disallowed in that one as well for offside. Was served, put them 1-0 up on 18 minutes. And Estonia 0, Sweden 2, as I've already mentioned about Wales. Nearly by goal to thanks to Harry Wilson. Is the Sarsi on 29 and 37 minutes respectively, the goals for Sweden in that game against Estonia, where they lead by 2-0. Then in the African Cup of Nations Qualification League, Mozambique beating Eswani by a 0, 39 minutes on the clock. There in England under 20s in the Elite League, beating Czech Republic by 3-0. There, no news on the goal scorers for the Young Lions in that game there. So we're just going to take a quick break. When we return, we'll be back in plenty of time for the start of the second half. Welcome back to the second half coverage of the game between Germany and the Netherlands. It's currently 0-0 at the break at half time. As the second half is about to get underway any second now. So I'm going to back over to match commentators. Myself was Sven, but first, Paul James.
Thank you, Ross. Welcome back, everybody. Looks like there may be some changes at the break. Looks like Danielle Malin is coming on at half time, and also the number 19 for Holland, Mats Vijver. So looks like it's going to be a double substitution for Holland, Danielle Malin and Mats Vijver. We'll just see on who they are going to replace, as perhaps a statement being made there by the Dutch head coach Ronald Koeman. Certainly can't be happy with the way his team has performed in the first half, Ross. I was noticing that they, according to the stats just before I went and got my tea, that they hadn't actually had a single attempt on goal, let alone a shot on target.
Yeah, it's very, very poor that from probably I would call it an experienced Dutch side, not to have a shot on target. And it'd be interesting to see who is fetched off here, because a lot of the attacking threat and who you think would be a good threat in like the Gakpo, Simmons, they've not really threatened much. So it'd be interesting to see Marlon and Vijver come on for at half time. No word on who they've come on for just yet. Just trying to work it out as we see the Dutch lads come back out now, just trying to work out who it is who is potentially took off. But I'm not sure it is. Gakpo still out there at the moment in time, so still trying to work out who's gone off here.
Got to wonder if it's Brian Brobby.
Yeah, I think Brian Brobby may be one of them, but I'm not 100% sure as we...
Oh, no, he's there.
Yeah, so just trying to work it out, Paul, as well. We're just...
Robert Anderich is also preparing himself for Germany as well.
Yes, I'm just looking as the Dutch players come out here. Bobby's there. Simmons is there. I don't know if you spotted him, but was Reinders there, Paul? I'm not sure if Reinders was there.
Didn't see Reinders or Gravenberch, but we'll see.
It's probably those two then, I would imagine, Paul. Who will, especially with Reinders now on a yellow card. That's probably one of the reasons why he's probably took him off.
It's got to be one of the forwards though, Ross. Otherwise, they'd have four forwards there, because Malin's a forward.
Yes, I saw Simmons there though, and Broadway and Gakpo.
I know.
Unless Gakpo's going to be, unless Timmer, who was playing out on that left-hand side, moves back into the middle and he moves Gakpo potentially back there. We'll get confirmation in a second on who those subs are for you, and we'll give you those as soon as we have them. But we're still trying to work it out ourselves.
I've got to think for Germany, I expect it's Angelo Stiller coming off for Anderich, but we'll see.
Yes, we'll get confirmation of that in a moment as well.
Right, so one of them is Quinten Timmer.
I did say probably Timmer though. I did wonder if he'd probably be Timmer. Probably Timmer and Reinders.
It is Timmer and Reinders. I'm really surprised at that.
I'm surprised with Timmer though, Paul, because he's done well. But Reinders, I'm not surprised with him only being on the yellow card.
And coming off for Germany is actually Florian Wirtz. That I am surprised at.
I'm surprised at that as well, Paul, because Wirtz, for me, has done really, really well here in this first half for Germany. I'm surprised that he is taking him off there, Joachim Löw. So very, very surprised with that one there.
All right, well, let's just run through all the substitutions for you. So for the Dutch, Quinten Timmer and Tiana Reinders make way for Danielle Malin and Mats Vijver. For Germany, Florian Wirtz makes way for Robert Anderich. So we are back underway here. And we'll see how this all plays out now, as it looks like the Dutch are adding an extra offensive to their three front line. I suspect either Xavi Simons may drop back into midfield, I suspect. But we'll see how this goes. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. That's what I'm thinking,
because Gakpo was lined up as if we're still playing on our left wing, so it would probably have to be Simmons who will drop
is Gravenberch, who plays the ball forward, but the referee has called a free kick, I think, for a foul on Gravenberch, and it's going to be a free kick for the Netherlands. They will be attacking the goal to our left in the second half, as it's back with Mickey van der Ven, who gives the ball to De Vrij. De Vrij holds the ball up here and gives it back to Mickey van der Ven. Van der Ven down this near side there to Hato. Hato plays the ball long, looking for Gakpo. Gakpo under pressure here from Joshua Kimmich, and that's a good challenge from Joshua Kimmich, and he puts it behind for a corner to the Netherlands. And if I am counting correctly, this may be their first corner, as Cody Gakpo is going to maybe consider a short one with Xavi Simons.
And Paul, you would be correct. This is the Dutch's first corner of the entire match. They didn't have one at all in the first half, and this is their first one of the second half. So yes, overall it is their first corner of the game.
Gakpo swings it in, it's headed out, and it goes out of play for a throw-in to Holland. And it's taken by Gakpo, level with the German penalty area. It's Hado plays the ball across to the substitute Mats Vijver. Vijver plays it down to the other substitute, Donyell Malen, who swings the ball across to the far side to Cody Gakpo. Gakpo trying to get away from Kimmich. Kimmich gets the block in, but it loops into the air. Anderlecht challenging up there right now with Denzel Dumfries. And Anderlecht clears the ball again over to the halfway line, but here is Mickey van der Ven now. Van der Ven to Hado, as it's the Netherlands who start the stronger in the second half. Here's Vijver again. He's wearing number 19. Gives the ball to Denzel Dumfries. Dumfries has the ball back, and is he going to play it short? He does. He plays it back to the captain, De Vrij, and De Vrij holds the ball up. Gives the ball there to Mickey van der Ven. Van der Ven to Hado. As the Dutch now looking to create an opportunity for themselves, try to force Oliver Baumann into some work here. Picking up the ball there is Van der Ven, and finally it goes all the way across to Denzel Dumfries. Storming over the halfway line is Dumfries. He's got Donyell Malen there, just trying to flick the ball on. Finally it's won back again by Holland, and cursing this one down now, and he's not going to get there, is Hado. The ball goes out of play as the Dutch attack breaks down. But more positive from the Netherlands in the start of the second half, Russ.
Yes, it has been, Paul. And this is probably what we'll probably want to see from the start of the match, not just the start of one half. And I think in the first half, Paul, and I don't know whether you would agree, I think the Dutch just didn't, well, they probably turned up, but just didn't get off the team bus in that first half, and that's why Jimmy on the front foot. He's probably given, as we've seen from Alex Ferguson all those years ago, the air dryer treatment. I think that's what will come and given it to his Dutch side, and why they've come out like this in the second half. And Midi Radio jingles and gaming says he agrees with us that the Dutch have been quite poor in the game so far, with Germany getting a lot of the near chances. And he says he's watching along with this game and listening to our commentary while he's watching this game, so very much appreciated to you there, my friend.
Well, the ball is now with Dumfries. Dumfries releases the ball to Malen, who goes down under the challenge there of Maximilian Mittelstadt. So the free kick is taken very quickly, and it's now picked up in the middle of the park here by Mickey van der Ven, right inside the centre circle. Plays the ball short there to Simons. Simons releases it to De Vrij. Picked up again there in the midfield there. I think they're by that was by Gravenberch, I think. Anyway, the ball is now back with the defender Mickey van der Ven. Gives the ball to Hado. Hado drops the ball back to the goalkeeper. As the game, you can sort of wonder where the first goal is coming from, Ross. Both sides have had pressure, but it's just been the final ball, I think, in Germany's case in the first half I mean, they've had chances, but you might call them really only half chances. The ball is played long now, and chasing this one is Daniel Malin, but he's not going to get on the end of that. And Oliver Baumann picks up the ball, and he releases it to Rudiger. Rudiger gives the ball back to Baumann in what is these days a more common use of slowing the game down, which I think Germany might want to do for the moment, because Netherlands have made a frantic start to this second half.
They have, Poland. You would think, though, the way the Netherlands have started this second half will have probably pleased Ronald Koeman, and Julian Nagelsmann will probably be disappointed with how his Germany side have just sat back and allowed the Dutch to have a really good positive start in this second half.
Well, it's back with Oliver Baumann again. He's just looking for options. He's not really had a lot to do at all. He's had no saves to make. The ball is long there, and header is won by Mickey van der Ven. It's also headed on by Pavlovic, only as far as Kimmich. Kimmich heads the ball back to Rudiger, and Rudiger goes back to Baumann again, as Germany just trying to take the sting out of this game. Baumann released it.
Rudiger's done well as a centre-back today. It's probably held Baumann out quite a bit, Paul. As we mentioned, this is his debut today for Baumann, and I think Rudiger's probably helped him out quite a bit in this back line today. So really impressed with how Rudiger's played so far tonight.
There's Gnabry. It's picked up there by Kimmich. Kimmich plays the ball down the left-hand side to Gnabry. Cutting across is Kimmich there, but that's going to be a throw-in. It's going to be a throw-in to Germany. It looks like it might come off Hado. But Rudiger just gives the ball now, flicked on by Anderich. Anderich to Stiller, back to Stiller again. He plays the ball forward there to Gnabry. Gnabry to Kimmich. Kimmich pulled back to Gnabry, and he blazes it over the crossbar. And that is an opportunity for Germany, Ross. And you have to say, somebody with Serge Gnabry's talent, he has to do better there, right?
He has to do better, Paul. He's really got to do better there, Serge Gnabry. Brilliant bit of play. Kimmich onside, Gnabry onside as well. And he miskicks it, I think, Paul. He just miskicked there from Serge Gnabry. He's got to do better than Allianz there. He's got to really test the goalkeeper then. He's not done that, and that's really, really important. He'll be kicking himself with that. Goals started the second half in the other games. Hungary now 2-0 up in this group, in the same group as Germany. They're away to Bosnia Herzegovina. Turkey's had a goal to against Iceland. Italy 2 up against Israel as well. Then Ukraine have levelled against Czech Republic 1-1 there as well in League B.
All right, so you're up to date with the league scores, where all the goals has been happening. Well, they've not been happening here, and the Mexican wave is starting again around the Allianz Arena.
We're going to be interested with some good football, especially from Germany in the first half and the Dutch in the start of the second half, though, Paul, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a pretty decent game. I think it's just the lack of the final ball and the finishing, really. Here's Daniel Malin down the right-hand side. Malin just holds back this time and drops the ball back to the number 22, Denzel Dumfries, and the substitute for Holland there, Weifer. Malin again, he's fouled surely by Robert Anderich, and that will be a free kick to the Netherlands. Daniel Malin now gets onto his team. We know he's capable of scoring goals, Daniel Malin. But you can see here as he just turns away from Robert Anderich. That's a very poor challenge by Robert Anderich. No further action taken by the referee, but that's a poor challenge, and we're going to have a free kick for Holland, and we'll get Russ's view on that challenge in just a few moments' time. But I just want us to see this free kick first.
I think
Robbie's
it'll
in
probably
there.
I think Gakpo will probably take this ball. I think it's more of a Gakpo situation rather than
It is Gakpo indeed, and he swings it in, and it goes over everybody's head. But it was a high line again by Germany, Ross. And what do you think? The tackle was poor, wasn't it?
It was a very poor challenge, Paul. It's one which you'd expect some of the league player to make, especially these professional footballers to make. And Germany, with the challenges they've put in, especially in those sorts of areas, have surprised me tonight. They don't usually make those sort of challenges, especially in these high-profile games against the Dutch, or when they've played against the Italians or French or Belgians either.
It is Daniel Malin.
challenges.
Swings crossing, and it's behind for a corner. Sorry, Ross, finish your point.
Yeah, I think Germany don't really expect those types of challenges to come from Germany, especially when they play such as teams like they should probably expect them to be more conservative with their challenges in these sort of games. As that was a good, decent ball, trying to put a good piece of attack there from the Dutch, who are really on the front foot again in the start of the second half. Germany, like the Dutch in the first half, really to get out of their own half.
Well, the referee just talking to Denzel Dumfries and Angelo Stiller. It's another corner for the Netherlands.
We appear to have just lost Paul there for a second. Unable to.
Can you not hear me?
We've got Paul back now.
Okay, the corner comes in and it's just headed over by Denzel Dumfries. I'm sorry, not sure what happened there.
I'm not sure what happened either, Paul. And there's a good ball in, and Dumfries just got under just wrong. Just didn't get over the ball there, and that wasn't troubling the goalkeeper Baumann there, but that was a good corner kick this time from the Dutch, just unable to profit from that there, Dumfries.
Well, Schlotterbeck lays the goal kick off to Baumann, and Baumann is just going to take it to the edge of his area and launch the ball downfield. And just winning that ball is Van der Ven. That's a good challenge. Stefan de Vrij nicks in and gives it to Denzel Dumfries. Dumfries to Mallon, who steps back into his own half down that right-hand side. And picked up there by Vijver. Vijver releases the ball to Haddo. Haddo to Cody Gakpo. This is a quick break by the Netherlands. Let's see what they can do with this. Vijver again drops the ball back to the number 5, Van der Ven, and here's De Vrij. De Vrij drops the ball back into his own half and all the way back to his goalkeeper, curiously enough. Russ, at what point do you think Julian Nagelsmann is going to bring on Dennis Undav? I think this game is kind of made for him, really.
Yeah, I think as well, Paul. I think we'll probably see what it's like in the next 5 or so minutes, get to around about 65 minutes or thereabouts. And if he's still 0-0, fetch on Undav, fetch on potentially Pascal Gross as well, who can really change things up front as well, and maybe even Robert Goossens, who can cause a few problems as well, Paul. But for the Dutch, they haven't really got any outlets left apart from Xerxes and Kluivert really to change his game in their favour to get the opening goal of the game. So I think whoever gets the opening goal, Paul, will probably go on to win this game.
Well, it's back with Oliver Baumann now. And Baumann just releases the ball there to the number 19 which is Stiller. It's now with Rudiger. He just flicks the ball on there to Joshua Kimmich. Kimmich plays the ball forward there to Klein-Dines. Klein-Dines swings the ball in. And it's a free kick right on the edge of the penalty area for a foul by Vijver on Ludwig. And, well, this is a free kick in a very dangerous position. Let's take a look as the cross came in from Klein-Dines. And there was a foul there. It's about 23 yards. It's about 24, maybe about 23, 24 yards out. The foul on Ludwig. And
he didn't really need to do that there, to be fair, Paul. He didn't really need to make that challenge there because he had his back to goal, so he weren't really going to be a goal threat. He would have probably laid it back there, Ludwig. So I was surprised with that decision made there, to be fair.
Well, it's going to be a free kick, and there is an entire committee around this ball, along with some instructions from Julian Nagelsmann that was given on a bit of paper to Robert Anderlecht, I believe. Well, Anderlecht now steps into the wall. There's a three-man German wall on the end of the Dutch wall, and you can see that Kimmich is over it, and also Mittelstadt there as well. I think this might be more Kimmich's range, to be honest, but we'll see.
I do, Paul, but it could be a shape up for left footer here, which will probably favour Mittelstadt, if I'm honest, Paul.
Well, there's a gap in that wall. They may decide to go for the gap. It's quite a big gap in that wall. But here we'll see there lined up in the wall. You can see there is Van der Ven and the captain De Vrij, also Ryan Gravenberch in there. It is Kimmich, and it goes into the wall. It breaks loose to Maximilian Mittelstadt. Mittelstadt plays the ball just down that side to Gnabry. Back to Mittelstadt. Here's Kimmich again. Kimmich plays the ball there to Stiller. Back to Kimmich. Holds the ball up well. Plays the ball forward to Ludwig. Rudiger under the pressure from Ryan Gravenberch. And Ryan Gravenberch is giving away the free kick. And it's going to be another free kick for Germany. Just a couple of yards inside from the touchline. Down the right-hand side, about midway inside the Dutch half of the field. But you can see here, Ross, again, it's a silly challenge to give away, really. I'll get your thoughts on it in a moment. If you just got this free kick with Joshua Kimmich, it's a very high line. The Dutch have their line, which is just inside the D of the 18-yard box. It's swung in. The heads go up. It's bouncing around there, and I think I thought it may have bounced off Kleindice, but it appears to have come off a Dutch player and will be a corner. Let's take a look.
Yeah, I think it comes off Mickey van der Ven, Paul.
Yeah, it does.
As this kick comes in, you can see it does go off Mickey van der Ven, and his standing leg and just goes behind. So hopefully Germany can put a decent corner this time around.
Well, we've got Robert Anderich on the penalty spot. Kleindienst on the edge of the 18-yard box. And Pfeiffer just watching Rudiger. As the corner will be taken on the far side, I think, by Joshua Kimmich. As Germany just looking to get themselves into a lead. It is Kimmich with the corner. He's looking maybe for... Again, a yellow card was just flashed in the face of somebody there, of the substitute Pfeiffer, probably for something that he said. So a yellow card for Pfeiffer, the substitute. I
think it was because at the back before that corner were taking him, he was grabbing hold of Rudiger and was pulling him.
Corner comes in. Oh, it's going to break loose now for Ludwig. It's in there! Germany in the lead. The goal rolled out in the first half. Jamie Ludwig, who gives Germany the 1-goal lead, and they can celebrate in Munich now.
They can, and Germany are the team that have broken the deadlock. It's the man who had that goal disallowed in that first half. Jamie Ludwig with the goal is a well-taken goal, well-taken strike. And we're just looking at this again, and fantastic goal in from Jamie Ludwig from that corner kick. As we look at it here now, is he potentially offside in there, Schlotterbeck? But as the initial corner came in, could he be disallowed here, Paul? Again,
no, he's well out of the way. He's well out of the way.
I mean, from the header, which got headed on by Kleindienst initially.
Possibly.
So that's what I'm thinking. I don't think he's out of the way of this one from this time. I think Schlotterbeck was in the eye line of the goalkeeper when that header came in, which got headed out to Jamie Ludwig to fire home. It's a well-taken goal, but I'm wondering whether it could be disallowed again. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see if it is disallowed. But as we wait for that, Israel have put a goal back against Italy. It's 2-1 there now, and France have retaken the lead against Belgium. It's 2-1 there.
Well, the goal stands, and Cody Gakpo has just been substituted. Now, I'm not sure who for. That happened on our blind side, but I will try to find out who that substitute is. It looks like it can't be Jeremy. Is that Jeremy Frimpong that has come on? It is. Jeremy Frimpong is a substitute, which I'm really surprised at.
I am as well, to be fair, Paul.
Well, it's a defence. I mean, Jeremy Frimpong is more of a defender, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's a defender by Fred, and he's come on for an attacking option here. So I'm surprised by that, especially when they've just conceded a goal there. Israel's goal does stand against Italy, by the way. They had a VAR check there, and Turkey was taking the lead against Iceland. It's 2-1 to Turkey now in League B. All
right, well, coming forward now for The Dutch here is Javi Simons. He gives the ball to Frimpong, who's playing in an advanced position. It's won back there by Vifer. The cross coming in from Frimpong, and it means that Donyell Mallon is switched over to the left-hand side, and it looks like Frimpong will be playing on the right.
Yes, I'm surprised by that substitution there, Paul, especially because Scapper has been looking very, very well against Germany's had Kimmich's number, especially in the second half. So I'm very surprised that he's come off, Paul, if I'm honest, more than the player who's come on for him.
Well, the ball just breaks loose here on the edge of the area to Brobby. Brobby releases the ball to Donyell Mallon, and Mallon tries to set off Frimpong on his way, but it goes behind for a goal kick. And it's 1-0 as we take a look at the goal again. I think the reason why they didn't review it, Ross, was because Nico Schlotterbeck was on his way down and was out of the way of the goalkeeper at the time. And when that shot came in, there was nobody blocking Bart Verbruggen. So Jamie Ludling gets his first goal for Germany on his debut. And that is a huge moment for him and a huge moment for these German fans. So, because if the score stays the way it is, they will be through to the quarterfinals, and short of a mathematical miracle, will go on to top the group at the same time. Here's Haddo. Haddo releases the ball there to Vifer. Vifer across there to Dumfries. Down on this right-hand side to Frimpong. Back to Dumfries, gives the ball in the middle there to Stefan de Vrij. De Vrij plays the ball forward over the halfway line. Xavi Simon just holds the ball up and drops it back into his own half of the field, but it's back again to de Vrij. Picked up by Vifer. And now Mickey van der Ven plays the ball over the halfway line. Now to Donyell Mallon, down the left-hand side. Mallon, he's got Kimmich in front of him. And that's won back by Serge Gnabry. Good work going back defending there. And there's Gnabry again. He plays the ball forward, chasing this one down for Germany is Alexander Pavlovich, but cutting across well is the substitute Vifer, making a really good challenge there. And right now, here is Haddo. Drops the ball back to Van der Ven. Van der Ven into the middle of the park there to Simons. Simons lays it off to de Vrij. De Vrij just inside his own half of the field and finds Brian Brobby there. And it's a long ball there again by Van der Ven. Picks out Donyell Mallon perfectly there. But that is really good work by Joshua Kimmich. And I just wonder, Ross, whether switching Mallon over to this left-hand side and making that change would be because a much faster, fresher Donyell Mallon running at Joshua Kimmich.
Potentially, Paul, but you never know. But it's interesting to see how well they've responded, the Dutch, since going behind. They've tried to get back into this game, and I think Donyell Mallon is really, really good. He was really good on that left hand, on the Dutch right hand side, up against Mittelstadt, and Gappo was good up against Kimmich as well.
And now breaking forward here is Klein-Dienst. Oh, he tried to play the ball across there, but that's a good piece of defending by Denzel Dumfries. He's probably been the pick of the Dutch defenders in this game. Here's Dumfries. We've got 20 minutes to go, Russ. In about 15 to 20 minutes time, I'll be asking you for your player of the match. So we'll wait for you to get your thinking cap on there as the ball is played now down the right hand side, and getting into the middle is Frimpong. Gets the cross in. Oh, it's a really good challenge that time by Maximilian Mittelstadt, and cleared away again out of play. And that is good defending by Germany once more, Ross.
Yes, fantastic play again from Germany. Really good defensive line from him as well, especially after Frimpong beat him on the first attempt. They stood the line for the second ball in and defended it really, really well.
It's back out to the halfway line and picked up by Mickey van der Ven. Van der Ven inside the inside the centre circle. He plays it over the halfway line to De Vrij. De Vrij just does a quick 1-2 there with Denzel Dumfries. He gets the ball back and gives it to Mickey van der Ven. Van der Ven trying to create something now for the Dutch. Here goes Haddo. He wants to set off Donyell Malen on his way, but he was being tracked that time by Pavlovic. It goes back over to Stefan de Vrij, just inside the German half of the field. Stefan de Vrij lays it off to Xavi Simons. He plays it back into his own half of the field. As here's Van der Ven again. The Dutch being shut down at the moment. Long ball over the top, looking for Frimpong. Robert Anderich wins the ball back. And he lays it down. Oh, this is really good play by Ludeling. Ludeling holds the ball up there, drops it back to Stiller. Stiller, long ball over the top, picking out Kimmich. Kimmich finds Gnabry. Back to Ludeling. Ludeling got options left and right, finds Kleindienst. Kleindienst gets into the penalty area. Can he get the cross in? Oh, there's nobody there. Oh, what a chance for anybody gambling in on that. And Frimpong at the back clears the ball forward. And a good challenge, just keeping the ball in play, does he or not? No, that goes out of play, and Brian Brobby furious that time, but that was a real chance for somebody to get on the end of Rossing that ball across the box there.
Yeah, why was nobody? When the ball was being played around, I was looking for someone to make a run towards that back post, and there was nobody there making a run to that back post and gambling on that ball coming across there. That's why Germany needed somebody in to really put this game to bed.
Well, here's Stiller, as it looks like we're going to see some more action on the German bench very shortly. Just some instructions given there by Julian Nagelsmann. And managers, Oliver Baumann manages to pick out the number 6, Joshua Kimmich. Kimmich has got...
We've not seen Undav yet, because I'm really surprised we've not seen Dennis Undav yet for Germany in this game so far. I think he could really unlock them and potentially get that second goal, help Germany get that second goal, in my opinion.
I just wonder whether he's picked up a knock. I don't think it's necessary at the moment for him to come on if he's picked up a knock. It's probably just resting him, but I mean, it's at the moment, Germany are pretty much in control of this game anyway.
They are indeed, yes, but I just think if they get that second goal, they could really sit off and take it these last few minutes, but we've still been 1-0. It's a dangerous lead to have in this game.
Yeah, well, that's true. It certainly is. We've seen many a time where even 1-2, even 3 goals collapsed to nothing and teams have ended up losing. We've seen that.
I agree there. Especially, we've seen it in the Premier League as well, Paul, and not just in international football, we've seen it in domestic football as well in England.
Oh, Xavi Simons is caught there. That'll be a yellow card surely for Stiller. It doesn't look like it. The referee has not awarded the yellow card, which
I'm surprised by that.
I'm very surprised by that too, to be perfectly honest.
Yes, just to wait while we wait for this weekend to be taken. Sweden 3-0 up in League C against away to Estonia, and Italy have established their 2-goal lead over Israel now. They lead by 3-1 in League A of the Nations League.
Well, looks like the Dutch may be preparing another substitution. Joshua Zirkzee looks like he's about ready to make an appearance for Brian Brobby. This is a straightforward like-for-like substitution, as Brobby and Zirkzee make way for each other, and that is the 4th substitution for the Dutch in this game. And the free kick now is going to be taken. It's a corner. It's about 2 or 3 yards in from the touchline on the left-hand side, corner of the penalty area. Swung in by Xavi Simons. Oh, it's a good free kick. Bounces off everybody's head. Finally, Ludeling is just trying to get that ball away. Oh, he almost gave it away to Simons there, but he keeps possession well. And he plays the ball forward, but it goes all the way through to Bart Verbruggen, who comes out to meet it. And Germany now are on a little bit on the back foot now, as Haddo coming forward now, and it's down this left-hand side to Donyell Malen. And he releases the ball to Haddo again. Haddo across there to Vifer. Vifer to Dumfries. Frimpong. Can Frimpong get the cross in? Or it loops up into the air of the deflection. Headed out almost by Schlotterbeck. Only there as far as the number 3 Haddo. It's looking for Xerxes there, really. Once again, and this time it's Simons again. Edge of the area. Simons gets shot. Oh, it hits the crossbar. Oh, a real warning shot fired across the German bow there. What a superb strike from Simons, Russ.
Yes, fantastic effort from Javis Simons there, and he's gone really, really close to making him one apiece there. He's claiming a corner, is Javis Simons. I do think he's hit the ball rather than a safe bound, and he really does really well cutting field there, and he just bounced, just goes on where as he bounces down from behind the net, and he was very unlucky there not to be levelling, and it looks as though Kevin Schad will be about to come on for Germany in a moment as well. Interested to see who comes off for him.
Kevin Schade about ready to come on any moment now, and it's Pavlovic who has come on, who has made way. So Kevin Schade is on for Alexander Pavlovic on 77 minutes. The Brentford midfielder, Kevin Schade. And it's now with Jeremy Frimpong as now the Dutch coming forward in numbers. There's 13 minutes left here. That's a good challenge that time. And again, but it's almost picked up that time by Gravenberch, but over there on the far side dealing with that. I'm just trying to see who that was. I think that was Mittelstadt. And it's now with Van der Ven. Van der Ven across to Simons, who hit the bar just a few moments ago. And he gives it to Mallon. Back to Simons, and that's a challenge there. Is the referee going to blow up for a free kick? The referee says no. Coming forward now is Kevin Schade, the substitute, but coming across to meet him there. That's a good challenge by Van der Ven. And it's going to be a throw-in for Holland, actually, as that came off Schade. The official is saying, let's just take a look.
I don't think it comes off Schade for me.
No, it doesn't. But it's going to be a throw-in to Holland nevertheless. And we are at this game is on a knife edge at this stage, Ross.
Yeah, it is, and both teams are going for it now. Germany trying to get that to the second to pull this game to bed. The Dutch trying to get back into this game, which on based on the second half performance deserves something from.
Well, Bart Verbruggen just clashes with Kevin Schade there. As we take a look again at that ball just storming in, and it looks like it's quite by accident, both players entitled to go for it. But that one, as it stands, just leaves Bart Verbruggen limping a little bit, but he seems to be okay now. Here's Van der Ven. And across here is Haddo. Haddo releases the ball to Xavi Simons. Simons sets Daniel Mallon on his way, and he's got some time as Mallon. The ball is pulled across there, and it's a good challenge, but he's offside. In fact, it's Daniel Mallon, and it's going to be a free kick to Germany. As well, we've got 10 minutes left in this game, Ross. Where do you see this game going from here?
I think whoever gets the next, I did say whoever's got to score the first goal probably going to win it. Now with the Dutch piling forward, I'm not really sure now who's going to go on to win. I think next goal in this game is going to be really crucial now. See who comes out on top in this game. As we see that shot again from Simons, which rack on the top of the crossbar. Very unlucky there for the Dutch. But for me, I think Germany are very, very lucky not to be level in this game, especially with that effort from Xavi Simons just a few moments ago. As Gravenberch is being replaced now, so I think whoever gets the next goal we'll probably see how this game ends.
And that's really the last roll of the dice for Ronald Koeman as Lutz Scherel Geertruida comes on for Ryan Gravenberch, and that's the fifth and final substitution for the Dutch in this game.
Yes, Gravenberch has done well for me in that middle, especially in this second half. You mentioned how the Dutch have got forward, so I was surprised to see him come off there.
Here is Kimmich. Kimmich just lifts the ball all the way back to Rudiger. Rudiger is under pressure here by Xerxes. Good work by Antonio Rudiger using all of his experience there. And Rudiger just knocks the ball back to Schlotterbeck, but Rudiger is fouled this time, and something else has gone on there. The referee has gone charging over. Simons, well, he's complaining about it. Let's take a look. It's a clattering. It's a bit harsh, maybe. I think that really, and I think he probably can feel like he's a little bit hard done to.
Yes, because the ball's there to be won when he first goes into it. I think Rudiger just nicks a foot in, knocks the ball away, and then they come and collide together. I don't think it should have been a free kick there, in my opinion. Goes elsewhere. Italy now 4-1 up against Israel. France are now down to 10 men against Belgium, and Iceland have levelled against Turkey 2-2 there. As were elsewhere, so Hungary still lead 2-0 in Bosnia. Ukraine and Czech Republic still 1 apiece. Sweden still 3-0 up against Estonia, and Wales still hold a slender lead against Montenegro as well.
Well, double substitution for Germany. Waldemar Anton and Jonathan Burkhardt come on for Tim Kleingeist, and Angelo Stiller is the third and fourth substitution for Julian Nagelsmann's men. Waldemar Anton wearing number 3 is on the ball now, and the ball was played to Nico Schlotterbeck. And coming off there is Angelo Stiller and Tim Kleingeist. Here is the other substitution, Jonathan Burkhardt. Burkhardt drops the ball back, and here's Anderlecht. And it's a long ball there over on the far side by Waldemar Anton. Here's Kimmich. That was a superb ball. Kimmich in front of Daniel Malen. Pulled back to Anderlecht. Back to Kimmich. And played down the right-hand side to Rudiger. The ball is pulled back across, and here is an opportunity for Burkhardt. Oh, it just deflects wide. Oh, that was so close. It looks like it deflected off Denzel Dumfries, but what an opportunity for Burkhardt. It started with a pass from Ludwig, who went from goal scorer to assist there nearly, but the deflection from Dumfries was a fine piece of defending, but it just went the right side of the post as far as the Netherlands were concerned. And well, we're going to get Russ's thoughts from that in a moment, but you can see everybody in the arena, aside from the Dutch fans who were obviously blowing a sigh of relief. I think just about everybody else was tearing their hair out about that situation. But it's going to be Joshua.
Well, to be fair.
It's going to be Joshua Kimmich with the corner, and it's all the way to the back post, looking for Rudiger. And it's headed out of play. So, Russ, that was a fine piece of defending.
Then it was a brilliant effort to the back post. I thought the net was about to bulge again there, but he was unlucky in the end. And I done the German man. Good piece of defending though from Denzel Dumfries there at the back to help preserve this 1-goal deficit for the Dutch so far.
Well, in about 3 minutes' time, Russ, I'm going to be asking you for your player of the match. So you'll need to get your thinking cap on.
It's been on up for the entirety of the second half, to be fair, Paul. I'm down to 2 names, just deciding who to go for. So if you come to me on the 89th minute of the game, I'll have it sorted by them.
Right, you've got your 4-minute warning. We're now on 85 minutes. I'm going to come to you on 89. All right, here is the number 5, Van der Ven, gives the ball to Haddo. Haddo drops the ball back inside his own half here and played forward, looking for Xavi Simons and just trying to keep that ball in play. There was the number 6, Joshua Kimmich, but it had just gone out of play. And Joshua Kimmich, who of course has run himself into the ground today, along with 1 or 2 others that I can name. Robin Gosens is now preparing himself to come on for Germany, as Gozens will be the final substitution for the Germans. The ball is looking for Burkhardt. It's Anderich. This time he finds the number 10, Jonathan Burkhardt, who himself has come on and almost made an immediate impact. Here is Ludwig, who can be very, very happy with his debut today. And there is the number 3, Voldemir Anton, and it gives it to Nico Schlotterbeck. And the ball is played forward long, headed over back over the halfway line, and it's now picked up by Xavi Simons. Simons sends the ball over on the far side to Dumfries. Can he keep it in play? No, he can't. It goes out of play, and it will be a throw-in to Germany over on that far side, as we are now going to see Robin Gozens coming on for Jamie Ludwig, who has been absolutely brilliant today with his goal as well. He can be very, very pleased with his performance today, Ross.
Yes, fantastic performance for him today. Had a goal to slide in the first half. Correct decision, for my opinion, after seeing it on the replay. I wasn't convinced the first time around. Took his goal well at the start to the second half as well, which looks as though it could be the match winner for Germany. And if it is, what a debut to remember for him. Fantastic performance from Jimmy Ludwig there in the German attack today. Really impressive, and he's going to be one for the future for me. One to watch.
It's definitely exciting to see some of these German players stepping up like this and playing some very, very good football. And he has probably just put his name in Julian Nagelsmann's mind for the November international plans as well. And Nagelsmann could have some very pleasant selection issues to deal with if some of these players go on playing like they are. Here is Van der Ven. We are inside, 2 minutes to go at the Allianz Arena. Here's Xavi Simons. Simons gives the ball across there to Gertruda, the substitute, and just attempting to play the ball forward there was Haddo, but it was knocked out of play by Joshua Kimmich. And very shortly now we're going to get Russ to name his player of the match, but not right now. Here is Weifer. Weifer gives the ball to Haddo. Haddo swings the ball in. Frimpong's on that back post, but that's really good defending that time by Maximilian Mittelstadt, and he puts the ball out of play, and it's going to be a throw-in for which will be taken by Denzel Dumfries. Denzel Dumfries drops the ball back. Chasing that one is Robert Anderich, and the ball is played across to Xavi Simons. Simons looking for options left and right. He's got Daniel Malin here down the left. Corner of the penalty area, right hand side, it's swung in. Oh, good piece of defending by Anton that time. And the ball is cleared out to the centre circle. And at the next stoppage of play, we're going to be asking Russ for his player of the match. But at the moment, here comes Hatto, and it's Daniel Malin now for Holland. Malin gives the ball across there to Joshua Zirkzee. Zirkzee holds the ball up. Down the right-hand side to Jeremy Frimpong. Frimpong, cross to Zirkzee. Oh, that's a good challenge. And once again by Maximilian Mittelstadt. Back across there and picked up by Van der Ven. Malin leaves the ball this time for Simons. Simons, corner of the penalty area, cuts inside, back to Daniel Malin. This is very, very good build-up by the Dutch. Malin again. Malin with a shot. Oh, super save by Oliver Baumann. Oh, he's hardly had a save to make all afternoon, but what a super save that was, Ross.
Fantastic save. First real time has been called into action from Oliver Baumann, and that's a superb save. Diving away to his right-hand side. I think he sees it very late as well. One good one-handed save behind for the corner, and that was the Dutch's best chance, I would say. Second best chance after that. Simmons' effort in this second half. What an effort there.
Well, the corner comes in. It's headed out by Kimmich. And we are going to get you the player of the match. We do have 4 minutes of stoppage time. And it's back now with Bart Verbruggen. And Verbruggen lifts the ball downfield. And it goes out of play. All right, Russ, quickly, let's have your player of the match, sponsored by Commentary Services.
The player of the match tonight, sponsored by Commentary Services, is the Germany captain Joshua Kimmich. Fantastic performance of right back today. Did really well going forward, and he's looked good overall. Today was a fantastic piece of defending today and defensive piece of going forward as well. Jimmy Ludlin, the goal scorer, was in my reckoning. I've got to go for the defender, who looks like maybe keeping a clean sheet tonight. I hope I've not spoken too soon, Paul. But Joshua Kimmich, the Germany captain, the player of the match this evening.
All right, thank you very much, Ross. And here comes in number 3, Haddo. Haddo plays the ball forward now to Donjan Malin. It's a Dutch streaming men forward trying to get back in this game. Oh, that's a good challenge there. And that is a goal kick, I believe, but that is a really fine challenge by Kevin Schade. At first, I thought the referee might have given a penalty there, but that would have... We just got across it. You can see that Malin is trying to get across. It's a good piece of defending, in fact, by Kevin Schade. And
that's a good play, that Paul. He's done well, got his body in between the man and the ball, and he just went out. I think Malin thought it might have been a penalty for handball, but he doesn't touch his arm. That's a good piece of defensive play there. The full-time score in, Italy have beaten Israel by 4-1 this evening.
No surprises there. And it's Germany 1, Netherlands 0 at the moment here at the Allianz Arena, and we are inside the last 2 minutes of the stoppage time, and that is a really unpleasant challenge, and that challenge coming off the substitute Anton, and the Dutch players are surrounding Anton regarding this challenge. Boy, that was late. That was an ugly challenge, Ross. With Rudiger doing the smart thing, just taking Anton out of the situation. And that is very, very smart. And I'm just wondering what colour the card is going to be, because that was a very, very late challenge. He's got a yellow card.
Yeah, very late challenge. And I'm surprised, Paul, it's only a yellow. Because for me, I think that should be a red. And also a yellow card for Schlotterbeck as well in that. But for me, Anton is very lucky to only see yellow here over the ball, stood showing with his foot over the top of the ball. So for me, that could and probably should have been a red card there for the German man.
It's very similar to the one in the first half, though, wasn't it, Ross? It's very similar to the one in the first half, and that was only given as a yellow, so we have to credit the referee for consistency. But I think both challenges were very borderline.
Yes, I would have to agree with that, Paul. And like I said, for the referee, good with consistency there with yellow card for each of the incidents. Very similar to the one in the first half that you mentioned, Paul. But and Schlotterbeck probably picked up yellow card for complaining.
And here's Simons. Sorry, Ross. Here's Simons. And Schlotterbeck will actually miss the next match as a consequence. As the ball is just swung in and it's finally knocked away there and headed on there by Anton, and it's picked up by Burkhardt. Xavi Simons also picked up a yellow card in that melee. As it goes back now to the goalkeeper, and that's it. It's full time. Germany will go through to the quarter-finals of the Nations League, and very well short of a mathematical miracle will top the group as well. It has been a wonderful performance today by Germany in the first half. Second half was a bit more on the Dutch side, but the goal that settled it was Jamie Ludling, 64-minute strike into the top corner. And it's Germany that come away with the spoils of this rivalry. And Ross, let's get your full-time report, please.
Yes, fantastic game, Paul. Really good game today. Germany probably, I would say, based on the balance of play overall, we're probably just deserving of the victory tonight. Ludling with the winning goal on his debut. A brilliant day for him. Very close to being named my player of the match as well. The Dutch came back in the second half at the start of it. For the potential could have got a goal in that first 5 or 10 minute spell in that. But overall, I think the Germans probably just edged the game overall. I'll give you a full classified check of all the other scores in the Nations League games. in just a few moments' time. But fantastic win for Germany and a fantastic goal to win it as well, Paul.
Okay, well, there you go. That is a big victory for Germany. Media radios, jingles, and gaming says good luck to Germany who progressed to the quarterfinals of the tournament. Fantastic game to watch. Thank you, media radios and jingles, for listening in. Thank you, everybody else, for listening in today. We really appreciate you spending your valuable time with us on this Monday evening. So I'm going to pass you by to Ross, who's going to go through the full-time scores with you from the rest of the games in the European Nations League.
Yes, Paul, and just before I do that, Paul James, just give us your overall thoughts on the game as a whole from your perspective, please.
Well, I think it just goes to show that Germany have some in-depth talent in their squad. They didn't need to bring on Undav in the second half. They're still without Jamal Musiala. They're still without Leroy Sané. And they're still without the goalkeeper, Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Pascal Gross wasn't fully fit. So it really has been a show of what has been mostly a backup team for Germany, taking on this Dutch team full of the talent that they've got. I think Germany can be very, very proud of this result today. I think the future's looking a lot brighter than what it did 18 months ago.
Thank you very much, Paul. We'll bring you the full classified check of the matches then for you, starting off in League A, still being played in the game between Belgium and France. Belgium 1, France 2 in 96th minute there. Full time in the other game in the Germany group against a Netherlands group. Bosnia and Herzegovina 0, Hungary 2 with the result there. Italy 4, Israel 1 in League B. Iceland 2, Turkey 4, Ukraine 1, Czech Republic 1, Wales 1, Montenegro 0. Also in Group B, Georgia 0, Albania 1 from earlier on. In League A, the result is finished now. It's Belgium 1, France 2 there. In League C, Azerbaijan 1, Slovakia 3, and Estonia 0, Sweden 3 is the results there. Just as I'm looking at it here now, Paul, 5 attempts in the game for Germany, 1 attempt overall for the Dutch in the end, and it was a fantastic performance tonight in the end for Germany. There's just some of the stats from our game this evening. Thank you very much for listening to our coverage this afternoon, this morning, and this evening, depending where you are in the world. Thank you for listening to the FA Cup first round draw earlier on as well, with myself and Nicholas Jones bringing you that one. But from everyone here at the commentary hub, from myself, Russ Finnan, from Paul James, who I've been alongside this evening as well, and from Nicholas earlier on as well. Thank you very much for listening. I will see you again real soon from all the team here. It's goodbye and good night to you all. Have a good rest of your Monday, and we'll see you again soon here on the commentary hub. Don't go anywhere.